A man with a crippling stutter becomes a national joke. No one believed he could lead a country until he became king. His name was David, the second son of the king. Despite being a capable military officer, he had one huge obstacle. He stuttered badly. Every time he had to speak in public, he froze. Not a single full sentence came out right. He tried every speech therapist in the country. Some stuffed his mouth with marbles, others made him shout lines over and over, but nothing worked. Furious, he spit out the marbles and stormed out. His wife, Emily, noticed something odd. When David told bedtime stories to their daughter, he didn't stutter. When he got angry, still no stutter. That gave her hope. She secretly reached out to a speech coach named Robert. At first, Robert seemed no different. He handed David a book and asked him to read, but David struggled through a few painful lines and gave up. Then Robert took him to a phonograph, put headphones on him, and blasted loud music. So loud David couldn't hear his own voice. He made David read again. David tried, then snapped, ripping off the headphones and leaving in anger. Robert didn't stop him. Instead, he handed David a recording of that very reading. Days later, after getting harshly scolded by his father, David played the record out of frustration. What he heard stunned him. His voice, strong, clear, and confident. He couldn't believe it was him. Emily stood frozen, speechless. For the first time, they saw a sliver of hope. Soon, the country faced war. Britain needed a voice, a leader. David had no choice but to step up. The day of the live broadcast arrived. Radios across the nation fell silent. David stood at the mic, frozen, heart pounding. Emily waited outside, barely breathing. Then came his first words, "In this grave hour." Shaky at first, but then steady. Robert stood nearby, silently guiding him like a conductor. David's confidence grew. His voice echoed across the airwaves, reaching every home, every soldier, every citizen. He gave them strength. By the end, he didn't need Robert's cues. He finished the speech on his own. Emily cried tears of joy. David finally faced himself. When Robert teased, "Still a bit of a stammer, huh?" He smiled and replied, "Yes, that's me." But in that moment, he was no longer the stuttering prince. He was the king, one who had conquered his fear and earned his voice.